keep in mind, I went through a very transformative period of my life from like 16 to 23 in a very transformative period of analog to digital, right? So 2010, my teachers are talking about, or 2008, my teachers are talking about, getting an opportunity to meet with this person is the privilege of a lifetime. And here I go on LinkedIn and I'm messaging the CEO of every single Fortune 500 company I can, which at the time, some of them would talk to you. And it was one of those moments for me that really tapped into a little bit of a rebellious side, but not rebellion from anarchy, more rebellion from let's just do the best good and create the most good for people.
This is the Game Changers Experience. Deep dive conversations with leading business disruptors, Olympic athletes, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and influencers from around the world. This show will teach you insights about the winning principles in mindset, productivity, marketing, branding, entrepreneurship, business strategy, and more. Hosted by Productivity Authority, business strategist, former elite athlete, author, and public speaker, Adam Strong.
So much of, going through this has been, understood in hindsight, not really at the time. I think a lot of the time I was going through school. So like I had an opportunity at 20 to drop out. And I chose not to. And still to this day, I'm grateful I did. And it's one of those things where it's like, I always knew that I was probably never going to use my degree. I was lucky. I got pretty good grades in school, like pretty high GPA in that sense. So I didn't feel like I was out of like the norm societally. Like I still got along, I still fit in, I still got a lot of good grades, but I definitely felt like I was playing a part.
Right.
But B, also that the structure that was built for me didn't work, right? Like I think in my last year, I ended up, skipping 50+% of my classes, and still maintaining, really good grades. And what it was for me is like, we had this thing called YouTube, and we had, access to mentors and teachers online. And if you could teach me a course in a week and I fundamentally understood it, then why should I have to go to class? Right. And that was one of those rules where it's like, we force people to go to class when really the only thing that should matter academically is an understanding of the material and arguably the relationships you make in class. But if you can understand the material and make those relationships out of class, what role does class play in that? And I'm not advocating everybody skips classes, but I'm advocating that we question why we do the things we do and figure out ways that are very much outcome oriented, to get you there faster. Like you can retire with $1 million in your bank account if you invest in your 401k and you make your salary and you do that and you follow the mathematical rules, you'll get there. But you can also retire with $1 million in your bank account if you build something of value, work on it really hard for a year, and then sell it right away. And you both have the same outcome, but one has a much better experience of life potentially. And so that's actually what really got me into human psychology, was just this inner gut feeling of like, it feels like everybody's playing this dumb game. Like everybody's posturing and saying these rules and doing these things. And I'm like, but it's
That's
dumb
ego,
because it's smart.
That's ego.
Yeah. Well, that led me to psychology, which then led me to consciousness, which then led, you go down the rabbit hole. But I was really fascinated with why we set up these structures when there's better ways to do that. And keep in mind, I went through a very transformative period of my life from like 16 to 23 in a very transformative period of analog to digital, right? So 2010, my teachers are talking about, or 2008, my teachers are talking about, you know, getting an opportunity to meet with this person is the privilege of a lifetime. And here I go on LinkedIn and I'm messaging the CEO of every single Fortune 500 company I can, which at the time, some of them would talk to you. And it was one of those moments for me that really tapped into a little bit of a rebellious side, but not rebellion from anarchy, more rebellion from let's just do the best good and create the most good for people.
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I would love to hear from you guys. Please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click on the notification bell button below so that you don't miss out on some of the episodes that we've got coming up. Also, please make a comment in the comment section below. We are reaching out to some of our listeners so that we can get to an understanding about how we can personalize some of the great content that we've got coming out based on your needs and aspirations. My other word of advice as well is to go to our amazing Facebook community where you can meet other creative entrepreneurs and business owners. Introduce yourself, say hi, mention about some of the amazing breakthroughs that you're getting through some of the episodes, and network, right? Grow your business. You are with who you become with the 5 most common people you hang around with. So listen, guys, hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you on the next episode. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.